Hey Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, how you guys doing? Welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna. I'm a very proud Leo and this is the Mystic Leo, my Leo only channel. You don't have to be a Leo only, I suppose. All of my messages could resonate for other signs. So if you're from another sign, hi, welcome. We're going to dive right in and do the weekly energy check like we always do. We're taking a look at money, love, and career and any other side messages. All right, so stay with me. Please don't forget to give it a like. Don't forget to sub and definitely subscribe. Come on back and see me, okay? So yesterday was my birthday and some of you jumped on the live and we were just having the best time playing games and talking shit, and it was such a great birthday. So thanks to everybody who showed up and hung out with us. If you're interested in any kind of readings or life coaching, you can find that information down in the description box below. There's links to all of that. Okay, guys? So you can do that. We have the Angel of Strength in reverse. This is very interesting because we've rarely gotten reverse cards out of this deck. And I'm going to read this. This in the reverse talks about you're not perceiving the truth of your own power. And so, I mean, literally it is what it is. Maybe this week you're kind of not really understanding how powerful you actually are, Leo. And it says the situation you find yourself in may seem overwhelming, but you absolutely have the strength to see through to a successful outcome. So don't fall into any old patterns of giving your power away. When you let others define you or make decisions on your behalf, you take yourself out of the picture of your own creation of destiny. Meditate on the brilliant vibrating light of this angel and recall the eternal power that surges through your life. It's time to take back control. Okay, so that's what you have there. Here's an affirmation that goes with it. Deep within me is an abiding strength that knows no bounds. I have all the power I need to achieve all that I want. Keep that in mind this week. All right, my babies? Let's see some of the sweet blessings that you might have coming for you this week. What are the positives this week for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Sorry, guys. I was sneezing right before the camera went on. I was like sneezing my face off. All right. The positives for Leo this week, please. There we go. We have blessings. Ooh, so expect some unexpected this week. Expect the unexpected when it comes to blessings. I love this for you guys, and you deserve it. Happy birthday to all the Leos, by the way, that are celebrating this week, okay? And this month and last month in July. Okay, let's see what your biggest challenge is going to be this week. Okay, we have the Mapmaker of Destiny and the Desert Prince, but I feel like this one is supposed to be your card. So I'm going to put these over here and we're going to take a look. And so your biggest challenge might be being in a survival mode or people promising you things that don't come through for you. But I want to read this card as well. It's a card number 19 for those who need or want to know because you like that numerology. It says, as a challenger, don't be fooled by the beauty of the Desert Prince now, for you're being faced with a mirage. Sometimes you can't see the truth because your thirst for achievement and recognition may blind you to the true nature of your situation. Perhaps, too, circumstances prevent you from being able to see with clarity. Beware when faced with something that seems too perfect, miraculous, and easy. If you think it's too good to be true, it is. So maybe someone's trying to do a little something, try to get you to fall for them or whatever, and it feels a little too good to be true, then yes, it probably is a little too good to be true. If someone's shooting offers at you and saying, hey, I can take you from A to Z and make you all this money, be careful of that, okay? Because, you know, read the fine print. I like to tell myself that. If it looks too good to be true, read the fine print, give it enough time to see what happens, and then make my decisions from there, okay? Pay attention to false promises at this time. Don't be swayed by shortcuts and flattery. The best way out of this is to accept that every life has a desert period. Just accept this for now and cross it one step at a time. You will be led to green pastures and fresh, clean water with divine appropriate timing. So just beware that maybe it would be easy for somebody to get one over on you right now. Okay. I wish I could talk today. All right. Let's take a look at some career, money, and other side messages that Spirit has for you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Truly appreciate, love you. And if you didn't make it yesterday, thanks for the love and support you guys have shown me for the last year and the last 3 years, actually. We're having our channel anniversary in, I think, another week and 2 days or something. So it'll be 3 years. And I'm very, very grateful for all of you. Tell a friend to come on true. All right, you have the gift. Love this for you. You have mistakes, and you have crafter. Some of you may be heavily focused right now on creating things. You have the crafter. There's a talent that's waiting for you to express it with your hands specifically. So you may be getting in touch with that at this time. Handmade products, jewelry, some kind of craft project, or even maybe your love for handmade crafts is a way that you could potentially make money. And it says, start a small business at home by creating novelties by hand. So you have the ability to create beautiful things. So make them, because it could make you some money, okay? We have mistakes. Mistakes will be made, but you'll learn from them. Bridge the gap between the expectations and reality. We've all seen the meme where it's like reality and expectations, right? So, and then it says past mistakes left you financially insecure and keeping you stuck. So examine that this week. Take the time to look at where you've made mistakes, and if you aren't doing things or you aren't progressing because you're afraid that you're going to keep making the same mistake over and over again, right? We all have that one time, like we got our hands on, $3,000 or something, right? A tax return, and we just went crazy, or we made stupid mistakes with it. Don't beat yourself up over those mistakes, because if you don't trust you, then how's God going to trust you with the thing you're asking for, right? So learn to trust yourself. Mistakes happen, so we learn from them, okay? And then you have the gifts. Someone's giving you a gift this week. It's going to help you in some way. You have natural talents and gifts and abilities. The universe is like, when are you going to use them? Okay, if you're sitting on it, this is a way that you could be making money, that you could be affording a lifestyle that you really want, getting you out of a crappy job that you don't want to be at. It says you're sitting on your gifts and talents. You are meant to be great. So go out there and shine. You are a gift. Okay, Leo? All right, y'all. Moving on. And then we're going to jump into tarot. Okay. Just a couple more cards. And then we're going to jump into mainly the love portion of this reading. You might see Petunia walk across this table. I haven't done a reading here in months. So it's been quite a few months since I've done readings here at this table. Okay, thank you. That's 2 cards. One more, please, for Leo. One more for Leo. There you go. All right. So this week there may be a little tension or anxiety, strain between you and another person. You have the 5 of Wands. Could even be some jealousy, or you may feel like You may feel like you're being pulled in like opposite directions, what you desire versus what you need to do, or something like that. Okay, so there's a little bit of pressure on you this week, but you were built to handle that. Coming straight out the gate, that angel of strength in reverse is a reminder that you've got this. Okay, you were built with the ability to thrive and survive, and way beyond that. You have the ballet shoes. You're probably going to have a lot of energy, a lot of intense focus this week. Maybe some of you are learning to be experts in something, going to ballets, dancing, honing in on a skill. This is beautiful energy for you this week. And then we got the bedroom. Hey, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, right? Baby, I'm hot just like an oven. All right, let's move on. Okay, so you already know it's going to be freaky dicky in the sheeties. So, sensual pleasure, maybe it's with you. Okay, hey, sometimes I know how to love me. You feel me, fam? Love affair, you could jump into a little something hot and steamy this week. You could also be needing sleep and you need to get some. This is an indication of that with the bedroom. You could be redecorating, redoing your bed, making it very, you know, femme or masculine, whatever your vibe is right now. But this definitely talks about intimacy. So some of you may grow a partnership this week or finally seal the deal. All right, fam. Hey, that's what I'm saying. But make sure you get plenty of rest this week. All right. Because I bet you I feel like if that card is coming up, then next week is probably going to be wild. Some of y'all are prepping for your birthday, so make sure you get that rest. You know what I mean? And then have somebody come in your room and rub your feet. I don't know what's wrong with me. Just living here, breathing air, and this is what's happening while I'm doing it. Okay. All right, let's get an overall energy. Let's talk about love and other side messages, please. Even finances, career, whatever comes up. Show me what we need to see for the Leos. Overall energy this week. The sun. Oh, Mr. Sun, sun, Mr. Golden Sun. Please shine down on me. It's the ADHD. It happens all the time. I'm just not always vocally stimming to you guys. Yeah, it's always going on in my head. Anyway, the sun, that's great. That's fulfillment, happiness, getting what you desire. Could even be births. Many of you could find out you're pregnant or you have a birth in the family or for yourself. But you've accomplished something here. This is great. It's just a good health, good energy all the way around. Okay, so let's see what else we've got. Take me through the week. All right, lots of work. 8 of Pentacles, working at and or perfecting something. 2 of Pentacles, bringing things into balance with the Star. Some of you are working on your health. Okay, I see you doing some sort of research, something like that. Let's see, bringing something into balance. Okay, 4 of Wands in reverse, and we've got the 10 of Pentacles. So there's some instability that may be happening for you this week. I'll dig a little deeper and see what this 4 of Wands in reverse is. But we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is great. That's just overall, things are good. Things are very stable. Maybe there's some sort of thing that comes up for you this week. Now, your biggest challenge is going to be Justice card. So this could be something being fair, karma, justice, Libra energy. All right, let me see what's the potential outcome of the entire week or the relationship here that we're talking about. Judgment could be a second chance. What's the advice? The advice is the 7 of Swords. Strategize and plan. So let's get into this reading and see what's really going on here, okay? You know what? I forgot that I need my other cards. Hold on a second. All right, so I went and got some other cards to clarify these with. Why do we have the sun here this week? Okay, the Ace of Cups. Love this. There could be a new person coming into your life, or you're starting to have a lot more feelings for somebody, okay? This can also look like a renewal of a relationship. The 8 of Pentacles is the Death card. 2 of Pentacles, the Star, 4 of Wands, okay, and the 10 of Pentacles. Clarify justice for me. Okay, the Judgment and the 7 of Swords. Okay. All right. Let me look at the bottom of the deck quick. Oh, 10 of Cups. Great. Okay. So happiness, enjoyment, and fulfillment is very much key for you this week. All right. Some of you are changing jobs. 8 of Pentacles with the Death card. There's something that just feels a little bit inevitable here, which means with this Ace of Cups and the Sun, ultimately, you might be getting what you want. So maybe some of you are putting in your 2 weeks notice because you just got, you just get the paperwork back this week, or they send you an email saying, hey, you know, here's our offer to you. Some of you are definitely getting a new job. I also see here in the middle of this, there's wonder about what to do in the future, or maybe about moving forward on something. It seems like you're waiting for something, but it's been a little back and forth. So I feel like many of you may have been focused on like what you're doing. There's a change happening within you or the person that you might be dealing with, and you're kind of looking forward to this not being so unstable. As I said, some of you could be renewing like a connection here, or like kind of getting back to a really good place with a partner where it was maybe feeling a little like you're spending too much time on other things and not enough time with each other type of vibe. We have the star, Aquarius, beautiful energy. We have Cancer here. We have Taurus. Okay, Libra. So we have the star with the Four of Cups. And there's a blessing in disguise this week that if you're focused too much on what's wrong with things, you're going to miss what's actually right about it. And I think that that's a big factor in this week. You know, maybe you discover this week with a partner you've been focused on the wrong things instead of focusing on how much good there is actually happening in the relationship. Now, if you're upside down in something, a car, a house, the relationship, there's been some unhappiness because things have been a little bit off here. I can see that there's work kind of maybe over everything, or responsibilities over having fun with each other. I see that this is coming back into you guys working at it, Four of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So this is kind of plugging along, staying the course, playing, you know, doing what you're supposed to do and handling responsibilities. Okay, so if you're dealing with a house, something like that, I feel like there may be a solution if you've had trouble keeping up with that. Okay, like maybe you're finding a way to be able to pay for things that you hadn't been able to do before. This could be just based on a little bit of discipline. Some of you are out there looking for money when you have the money here, okay, but you're playing this juggling game with it. You know, a lot of times people are being paid 60, 80, 90, $100,000 a year and they have no money. It's because the priorities are mixed up. So I think this week is about getting back to prioritizing things, not just in your financial situation, but in your love life as well. Okay. So this one's probably going to resonate for people who are having a decent relationship. There's nothing really wrong here. We have the Hierophant rules with the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you are laying down some putting your foot down at home, okay? Because these damn kids is out here acting up, okay? You may even be trying to find solutions as to what you can do to get your children under control. For some of you, this may look like, what can we do to kind of get back to where we were in the relationship, or a place where we're not just two ships passing in the night, coming in and out of the house, and we barely talk to each other, you know, have romance and that kind of thing. I think you're leaning toward how you can get back to that, okay? So with the Hierophant, you know, this is rules, this is beliefs, and systems, right? Systems. So I think you're working some sort of system here to try to fix any kind of quote damage you think you might have created here. Now, in your biggest challenge, you have justice, the fairness with the Queen of Swords. I feel like the biggest challenge is being kind at times. It's also saying what you want, but being logical and being fair about that. I think there's having balance with it too. Not everything should be said. You know, sometimes you need to think about what you say before you actually speak. And that's what this is giving me. Think about how that feels to somebody before you actually let it come out of your mouth. Would you be able to hear that, right? And this also for me is about a little bit about understanding how people receive information. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I could say this one way to some person who I know can receive the information that way, but if I go to somebody else, they may be too sensitive and they don't receive the information that way. So I think one of the biggest challenges has to do with being fair and kind with the communication. And this could be toward you. That's why we always say, hey, take what resonates for you, because it could be the opposite. Okay. Now, Potential outcome, the Judgment with the Hangman, very interesting because there are two majors. So this is something that's kind of, you know, really significant. With Pisces energy, the Hangman, it asks us to look at things from a different perspective before we create judgments about it, okay? Whether that's for you or whether that's for the person in your life. So before you make a judgment, sit with something long enough to see every side of it. And this could be, for the person that you're with, right? Maybe you feel like this person just doesn't understand you. They don't talk to you the way you need to be spoken to. They sometimes lash out or whatever. And I think this also, what we were talking about with the challenge, is about communicating to people how you want to be treated and how you need to be spoken to, right? That goes down to the dipshit that's sitting across from you at work that keeps saying stupid stuff, okay? All right, fam. Because we ain't flying with that shit either. So, potential outcome is that I feel that there's a shift of perspective that kind of brings a little bit of like an understanding and sort of a new energy back into this relationship or back into the week for you. Because when you start standing on business and really telling people, hey, look, I like you just fine. However, the things you say are quite offensive. And, I want to have a talk with you. I want to be able to have dialogue with you, but the taste in which you're doing that is leaving a funk inside my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a way to say things and there's a way to just be a dick about it. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to just say things in a specific way. I kind of feel like that's a little bit of you this week, and conveying a specific kind of message. Okay. Now, the advice, 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Be strategic about how you're talking about how you're moving through this week, because there's different things. There's things that we already talked about that you may not see this week coming, with people who try to persuade you into stuff, making false promises to you. You may feel a little bit in survival mode, and this is going to create this energy for you this week in relationships and at work, where you're going to have to go to that place where you have strength and courage, and you're going to have to speak up for yourself. You're going to have to do that. You can't be like, people don't respect me, but you don't say anything about the level of respect you're receiving. So I feel like this is being strategic, looking back at situations where you allowed people to say or do certain things, and making this like kind of decision to be like, I'm going to be careful with how I deal with people. I'm going to be careful, especially with the people that hurt me, but especially with what I say or how I convey it or how it's received. Okay, because most misunderstandings happen because the person isn't conveying it and the other person is not understanding it. So I feel like this is part of the issue that you might have been having in the relationship that some of you are dealing with. Now, I think what's great about it is that we already had the cards about the bedroom, so y'all gonna have a little makeup. You already know. All right, but I'm excited for many of you who are contemplating leaving your job. You may actually do it this week and make up your mind. Some of you are literally just probably gonna leave a job, okay? But I would definitely plan that out before you do it. I know it probably feels a little bit, pissing you off and stuff like that. If it's the relationship, it's the same thing. Get to this place where you're like, I'm working at this. I'm pulled at both ends and I'm exhausted. How do I make all of this work while I just throw one thing out? And that doesn't work either, right? Because you can work things out with people. It's just about, like we're talking about, the communication, okay? So let's get a couple of cards in closing. Karmic relationship. Okay, what else? What else? There's a lot of triggers in this relationship, probably because you guys made an agreement to clear up some karma in this lifetime. But I feel like by the end of the week, you guys come to a really nice, even keel again. We have a picture, missing you, making new memories. We also have the karmic relationship, the way we're perceiving things, intensity, turmoil, that's fleeting, and triggers. And we have blowing a kiss, unconditional love, giving and receiving, affection, love, fairness. Okay. So I feel like you guys look at all of this, you take these things into consideration and think, you know, hey, it's not worth it for us to try to, you know, not be together. We might as well, but we just have to figure out how it is we talk to each other. There's a really great book I'd love to recommend you guys as a coach, as a life coach, that I recommend for a lot of people that I work with. It's called The 5 Love Languages, and it's really great. It's very helpful to, like, you know, I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it by now, but for those who haven't, it really helps you to kind of understand your partnerships a little bit better when you are dating, in the first stages of dating, or you're with somebody and, you know, they're saying like they feel unfulfilled or something like that. It's good to take the test and see how you give and receive love. And some people are acts of service and words of affirmation, and that's how they need to receive love. And so and some are physical touch. So I think it's important to read a book like that so you start understanding the way that people want to be loved, right? That helps a lot. So you can give them that, because it is an exchange. Not everybody loves the way you do, and that's just something we need to sometimes understand. People aren't us, right? Okay, so here are your last messages. Lear, is that just one card? No, it's 2. Take a breath, try again. Take a breath, try again. And I am unique. I am a unique soul that has so much to offer this world. Okay. You do have a lot to offer. And I think you guys, sometimes I feel like y'all tend to want to sabotage yourself, or, you know, say that you don't. You have plenty of unique things. We have the gift, we have the mistakes, we have all sorts of things going on here that are a reminder to believe in yourself, regardless of what you choose to do in your life. Even that path is perfect. That's why when people say, am I on the right path? I always think to myself, well, yeah, of course you are. You're always on the right path. But, you know, if you're not on the one that you desire to be on, then you got to deal with your identity, this identity shifting. I'm making a video about identity shifting that hopefully will help you guys. Once I can get this stupid editing down, it'll be great. Trust me. All right, guys. So I see a lovely week ahead for you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please don't forget, give it a thumbs up, to like it. Don't forget to talk to me down below. Tell me how your week is going, and sub and come on back and see me. All right, my loves. Keep your paws up top, babes. Bye.